last night we arrived in this vineyard called Quinta Da Padrella. Quinta Da Padrella. We arrived quite late though, didn't we?
So it was quite dark, so it was just pulling up. So we got this morning for the sunrise, which is absolutely stunning. We was welcomed by where we are, really.
It's just amazing. Apparently Andrew was doing some research last night and it turns out this place, it's like in the top 11% of reds, I think it was, or wines in general maybe.
What, in the country or the world?
In the world.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a 4.2 rating out of 5, which is amazing out of wine. Anything above 4 and it's 4.2. Yeah. So then plan for today is we're going to go for a run, I think, around the vines, have an explore.
See you soon. Gang's out on the morning run. Running around. Missing Andrew though. He's running around all the vineyards around here. About 12 hectares of land. It's not a bad location for a morning run. It's just stunning. Very nice indeed. I mean, Bo seems to be enjoying it. I think Lauren's deciding to do a little run walk method.
No, I've got a stitch.
She's got a stitch.
But just in time for the hill, so timed well.
So the hills of Portugal have temporarily beaten us, but I think the dogs are feeling it a little bit. So it's panting away. But I think we're about halfway around the little loop that we're doing now, so hopefully once we get on this little incline it'll be all downhill back to the van. Fingers crossed. Excuse my heavy breathing and from Bowie, but comparing this run to the run we did on the beach, which was flat and nice and cool, this little hill run's turning out to be very difficult when you haven't run for God knows how long. Here comes Lauren. So you should have just sprinted that last bit for video effect. Here she is, here comes Lauren. Made it, she made it. You ready to go? Oh, whoa, whoa, oh, that was dramatic. As soon as I stopped recording, major dramas happened, so you could hear them dogs barking. And we're walking past their entrance where they live, and 2 were tied up, and a 3rd wasn't. And she came sprinting out, really aggressively barking, snapping, as if, I don't know if she was, yeah, full attack mode.
Well, she's a guard dog, so.
Whether they were going for Bowie and Millie, or us, or everyone, just don't know.
So we pegged it.
So we absolutely legged it, and just kept shouting to them like as if it was a bear. I've got the heart racing a bit.
Yeah, that's it. Push sit bit in a minute. Yeah.
Hopefully there's no more loose dogs. Nearly back at the van now. Heart rates have settled a little bit now after the dogs ran at us. I'm a bit annoyed I didn't record it to show everyone, but at the same time obviously I'm annoyed because my first reaction and priority was to try and scare it off, to protect the girls and the dogs. We're okay now, we're all settled. There's the van now. It's a good run, apart from the near dog attack. But looking at the dog, if we think that it was the mum who ran at us and the other 2 were tied up, the pups, only because you could tell she'd been feeding. Oh, she's just protecting. Oh God. Everybody. So last night was our second night staying over.
So this morning's our third day today.
So last night we set up the projector again with the guys, had hot chocolates, you guys had beers, had our Portuguese tarts and caught up on kinging it.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah.
Then this morning we came down around the vineyards for another little photo shoot.
Sunrise photo shoot. But with it being Monday morning, all of the workers started to turn up. So we had a few little embarrassing posy shots, didn't we?
We were striking little poses and they gave us some odd looks, but it was fine. It was all good. And so plan for today is, because we're at the vineyard, we're going to do a wine tasting.
But it's at 10:30 in the morning, so it's going to be an interesting day.
The plan of action now is to head back to the van, get some breakfast, line our stomachs a little bit, have a wine tasting, then just chill for the rest of the day.
So we've just finished the wine tasting and it was amazing. It was 2 hours long. So we said it was the best wine tasting that we've ever done, really, wasn't it? It was just so informative. You got to taste 5 different wines. There was a white, a rosé, 3 reds, and a special port that they've been, brewing?
Yeah, brewing.
For the last 28 years. So yeah, it was very special to try. They're currently going through the process of trying to get it commercialised. So they're not actually allowed to sell it just yet. It's going to be like 3 or 4 months until they're able to do that. It's just paperwork. But yeah, really, really cool. And we tried some olive oil as well.
As well as wine here, they obviously have olive trees, so they produce olive oil as well, which is very nice. Dip that in some bread. It was lovely. We're at the vineyard Quinta Da Padrella. It's in the
Douro Valley.
And I can't really get the name of the guy, but he was very informative, very descriptive. He explained everything about the different kinds of grapes they have, all the fields, the old fields, the new fields. He broke everything down into sort of layman's terms, so we all understood the process of brewing wine.
Yeah, it was really good.
I highly recommend if you ever come this way.
So Douro Valley is the only place where they can actually make port, like actual port. Obviously other places can make it, but they can't label it as
Call
port.
it port.
Yeah.
It's like champagne.
So yeah, the Douro Valley is Port Valley, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, very special to try this one that's been brewing for the last 28 years. So yeah, very cool.
Yeah, it was cool. He took us on a little tour around the vineyards just to explain the different areas. Then we actually did the tasting in the cellar itself. A really nice experience.
Great, it was really cool. So we came away with 2 bottles of white and some cheese as well. So we're going to have a wine and cheese evening with the guys. It was sheep's cheese actually, which I've never actually tried. I thought it was going to be disgusting, but it was really nice.
It was.
And it was like, it had paprika around the edge, so.
It was very nice. I'd highly recommend this area, or this vineyard especially. It's very, very good.
Really cool, really welcoming. It's amazing.
So we're just leaving the vineyard now, heading to, or more inland, to go find a nice lookout.
So yeah, it's called the Ujo Lookout apparently. It looks really cool. It's kind of like a platform.
Like projects down to over the cliff kind of thing a little bit.
Yeah, and there's a river at underneath it all. So yeah, looks really cool. So go check it out.
On the way out from the vineyard, we met the guy that gave us the tour, the owner.
Oh, Jose.
Jose's name. We don't know his name now. We found out. They gave him a nice little send-off, didn't he?
Yeah, he's really
little
sweet.
friendly send-off.
So to enjoy the rest of Portugal.
So we're just driving sort of down the hill through all the vineyards now, and the scenery is absolutely stunning.
Just stunning things.
Didn't expect this from Portugal at all.
No, not at all. So pretty.
So Portugal's covering a lot of ticks on the list at the moment. Reminds them of a. It reminds us of like Vietnam with all the rice paddies.
With the rolling hills.
Yeah.
Very Vietnamese.
Or even like when we was in Sri Lanka and we saw all the tea plantations.
Tea paddies, yeah.
Tea paddies?
Isn't that what they were called?
Tea plantations.
Tea plantations.
So we just parked the vans up for this the lookout we're coming to. Lauren, bless her, she's not feeling great now. All the way up here was windy, windy roads, and she's felt travel sick, so hopefully a little bit of fresh air might do her good, and yeah, can enjoy the lookout then, can't we? I mean, even just walking up to the lookout, the scenery looks stunning. So if this is anything to go by, I'm sure the actual lookout itself is a lot more beautiful. There's the gang. There's the lookout. Here's the rest of the gang. And Billy.
There's one more excited than the rest.
Yeah.
Can you guess who's most excited? Alright boy, good boy. Good boy.
So here we are at the Ujo Observation Deck.
So we made it in about an hour or so from the last camp, from the vineyard.
About that, my God, I felt travel sick coming up. It was the windiest, windiest roads, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's very mountainous, so like Lauren says, windy, windy roads. She had her head in her hands for the last half an hour or so.
It was grim. But we got here in one piece, so
And people are guessing why you come to just do a lookout, but look at it.
it is so cool.
It's just absolutely stunning. So we just finished at the
Ujo Observation Deck. So what I think it means, there's a big sign of an owl just up there, like just a big picture of one basically, and there's a poem underneath. So I don't know if Ujo is like the call of the owl, and that's why it's called the Ujo Observation Deck.
Is Ujo in the name of an owl in Portuguese?
Potentially, but it had like Ujo. It had like
Ujo!
yeah, maybe. So there could be a specific type of owl that lives in this region, and that's what it's named after, potentially. I don't know. We'll have to Google it for
Yeah.
you.
Oh.
Oh, he's got his little paws.
Yeah. Just seen Bowie out to Andrew and Rowan's van, so they came and brought him back while we took the drone out because he hates it.
Someone's scared.
So, and he just popped out that little window with his little paws up.
Looks so cute.
Really cute. Hi, Billy.
We have just found the cutest little spot. We've just been driving up through all the vineyards, through these teeny tiny little windy windy roads, and we've came across this little swing, which is very cute.
So it reminds of Bali, so it overlooks the whole valley. And here's a little swing. Look at that. It's cool, isn't it? One. Nearly. There it goes.
And lights out. I don't even know if you saw it. Very pretty though.
Hi everyone, so as you can just see from the skyline, the sun's just gone down. We're currently in Ovar, which is just sort of south of Porto.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 40 minutes south of Porto, but we've come from inland.
This is why we came to Portugal, we knew we'd be on the west coast, so you get constant sunsets, and we've heard stories of how beautiful they are. This has set the bar high.
Very pretty sunset right on the beach, and planned for this evening, the guys have very kindly cooked us a fajita meal, so we're going to go and have that, warm
Mexican
up.
on.
Yeah, you're really cold.
Yeah, I'm really
Let's go
cold,
and get
yeah.
some dinner.
Shaking. Alright, see you tomorrow. Peace.